What's up guys, it's Mr. Kera. So today's video is something different to what I normally do on this channel, but I promise you I'll give you another video later on this week to make up for it. Last week's video was entitled I Quit. It was more of a video for me to motivate you, to motivate me, to motivate you. You get what I'm trying to say? And if you haven't watched it, click this eye over here and it'll take you straight to the video. Maybe the eye's over here, I really don't, I don't know guys. So the whole moral of that video was for us to stay positive. But a few days later after making that video, I wasn't. And I know what you're thinking. How could Pokemon Go, out of all games, save my life? So I was at home, sitting with the family, having those typical kind of conversations you would, and it just went into the wrong direction and it escalated. Now I want to openly admit that it escalated because it was my fault, and it really shouldn't have got that far, but it did. Something within the conversation got me so aggravated, so pissed off, that I really couldn't control my anger and the feelings that I was having inside. Now for reasons that I can't explain, I wasn't able to hold in my frustrations. But then again, that was probably the problem too, because I was actually holding them in when I really wanted to let them out. But you love your family so much that you don't want to say something out of line that may hurt them. I'm the kind of person that would rather hurt myself than my family. But that also is the wrong way to do things. Anyway, I found myself coming into my room, slamming my door and standing in the middle of a room exactly where I'm standing right now and not knowing what to do. I wanted to break things. I wanted to scream. I wanted to just hurt myself. But I'm not that stupid. So, knowing that I couldn't get my frustrations out at home, I did what I normally would do when I'm frustrated and angry. I go for a walk. There's nothing wrong with that. It clears my mind. I let everything out and then I come home and then everything's okay. But the stupid thing was, there was two sides of me. There was one side that was saying, Jash, just go out for a walk and then come back when you're calm. The other side of me was thinking so negative, I ended up saying something to my parents which made them think that I was gonna go outside and do something stupid. But I knew I wasn't gonna do anything because I took the keys with me. Now, if I was gonna do something to myself, I wouldn't need a key to come back home. So I knew in my brain that I wasn't gonna do something stupid, but what I said was something that I just wouldn't say. I don't wanna say it to you guys because I don't wanna put anything more negative towards you. I just wanted to kind of know how I felt. Now, once my family let me go on my walk and told me, don't you dare do something stupid, I carried on walking. Now the terrifying thing is, where I like to walk is actually down a dual carriage. They have a pavement on the side, they have grass on one side, and the dual carriage is on the other. And as I was doing my normal walk, bawling in tears, getting all the emotions I could possibly get out of me, it was working, I knew it was happening, but for 15 minutes, I just didn't stop crying. And there's no shame in saying that. Sometimes when you're so frustrated and you don't want to do something to hurt somebody, or you don't want to hurt yourself, you can just literally have a breakdown. Now I've had breakdowns in the past, I just haven't had one in so long, so I felt like so much was actually inside of me, I just didn't know how to let it out, but for once it came out, and I was actually glad about it. Everything was good until I hit one point. I didn't know whether to go back, I didn't know whether to go forward. My only options, for some reason, the other voice in my head was go left towards the grass or right towards the road. Now without saying it, when I say going towards the road, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Now that's something that I should never ever have thought of, and it's not something that is me, so that was what was so shocking. When I could have just sat on the grass, my mind was going somewhere else and I froze. Now the funny thing is, I was so confused I didn't know what to do that I naturally did something that I have been doing for the last month now. And that's pulling out my phone. And that wasn't to call my family and let them know I was okay. Wasn't to call my girlfriend to get some comfort. No. What ended up happening was I started playing Pokemon in my local area. I ended up walking straight without even knowing. Just catching Pokemon anywhere I was seeing, and it took my mind off it. I stopped crying. And then something happened to change the whole mood of everything. Not a turn for the worst, but a turn around to go back home. And you're still thinking, how did Pokemon Go save my life? I turned home because my battery was running out on my phone and it was at 3% and I was about half an hour away from home and I wouldn't be able to play Pokemon if the battery ran out. I didn't think about going home. All of a sudden, I must have just turned around because there was a Pokemon behind me, collected it, and carried on walking. I carried on walking all the way to my house and realized I was there, and then stopped and thought to myself, did Pokemon really just save my life? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying to you? I had a choice to go and sit on the grass and calm myself down, or turn right onto a motorway, a dual carriage, and do something silly. But because of Pokemon Go, I went straight, a different path, a positive path, and I ended up going home because my battery was running out. I am so thankful that this game came out because it was something that distracted me from whatever thoughts, negative thoughts that were in my mind, and put it somewhere else. I wish I caught a Pikachu. That would have made my day. It really would have. Caught a lot of Weedles, but even the Weedles have a positive effect when you're catching something on Pokéball. It's XP at the end of the day. So here's the whole point of this video and this story. There will be a lot of things in your life that will give you negative thoughts. You will have arguments with your family, your friends, your relationships. Things will always be in your head and you won't know how to get them out. You will always feel frustrated. You will always think, why is everything going wrong? Why do things never go right for me? You're always thinking negative. And once you're in a negative mindset, everything seems to be going wrong. Nothing will make you happy. Nothing will ever go good unless you stay positive. Now, there are a lot of people that go through this, like me, every single day. I'm sure there's some of you that have so many frustrations and problems in your life that you feel that are problems and you feel like you can't get away from them, but you can. All you need to do is find something that will take your mind away from it, to distract you. Now, I'm not saying go download Pokemon Go and it will distract you. It could be music, watch a movie, call a friend, which is always the best option when you need to let frustrations out. Call a friend, that is what they are there for. Now guys, when you're going down the path of negativity, you will hit a point where you will have to decide, do you want to carry on being negative or go the other way? You can carry on being negative and the rest of your life will be in that kind of vision. Or you can choose to do something else. You can walk in a different direction. As cheesy as it may sound, guys, it's really a choice. Guys, at the end of this story, you should now know that I am just like you. We both have our ups and we have our downs. We just have to find a balance in between. And at the end of the day, just stay positive.